Hi, everybody. I'm Heben.
And I'm Bim.
And where's Tracy? Just kidding, guys. It's me. That was a funny joke that I played earlier.
It was good. It's a really good joke. Yeah, I'm laughing right now.
So, everyone, Heben sends all of her love from the very, very, very top and bottom of her heart. She is going to be back soon. She's still busy making magic and stuff with Mr. Nicole Byer. But in the meantime and in between time, we've got a Bim in the studio.
Yes.
Bim in the studio.
My shoulders are working. Hit him with the shoulders.
Hey,
hit him with the shoulders.
Hey. Hi, Bim.
Hi, Tracy. Thank
How
you.
are you?
I'm great. I'm feeling really good. And as ever, I am thankful to both you and Heben for allowing me to return and spend some time with you in the studio.
Anytime, as long as you behave.
I mean, I can't promise that.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
Just don't ask so much of me, Tracy. All right? Jesus,
Fair.
I am but one person.
You are
Okay?
only human.
I trip and I fall.
Oh my God.
I put on my trousers one leg at a time,
But
and
you
I
know
just.
what? When you fall, girl, I will be there to help you get up.
Oh my God,
I'm
Tracy.
gonna laugh at you first.
Oh my God, you
But when I
bitch!
finish
But I love you.
We're gonna talk to the hilarious Nicole Byer of MTV fame. First, I'm gonna need a drink or two because I'm having a day. So let's kick this off proper with a proper toast from a proper Brit.
Thank you, Tracy.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Toast Hour. No. Okay, so I'm not very good at giving toasts. However, I have a very large brain that is filled with things from the movies.
Ooh.
And there is one toast in particular that I've always loved, which is not even necessarily a toast, but it's delivered with the charm of a toast.
Okay.
And it's from a movie called Gentlemen Prefer Blondes.
Ooh.
Starring Marilyn Monroe and the most amazing Jane Russell, who I love dearly. And this is a genuine little limerick / toast that she gives in the film. So
Okay.
if you'll join me, Tracy, and raise your glass, please. Thank you.
Okay.
And she
Glass is
says, there was an old man named Sidney who drank till he ruined a kidney.
Oh my God.
It shriveled and shrank, but he drank and he drank. He had his fun doing it, didn't he?
Well, cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Who needs two kidneys at once? And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a treat for you today. Blessing the open microphone stage in the studio.
Okay,
We
late night
have-
DJ. Okay, you're listening to Smooth FM, and welcome to the show.
We have the lovely Bimford Georgina Johnson, who is going to recite a Yoruba poem about goats. Ladies and gentlemen, Bimford Louise Jackson, whose name I just forgot.
So the first thing I'd like to note before I begin this poem, Tracy, is that goats are very special to me, okay? Because they are arguably the cutest, I mean, in baby form, one of the cutest. Hey, please allow me to finish.
You know, you
Is
get
that
something in the
what
back.
that was?
Yeah. I mean, I'm fine. Thank you for your concern.
I will punch you in the throat.
Oh my God.
Okay, so I love goats because I think they
Tasty.
Well, they are though.
They're
Goat
pretty
meat
good.
is so nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you had goat curry? Like curry goats?
I have. I've only had it once. It's been the only time I've ever
Curry
eaten
goat
goat.
is like such a testament of God's love.
It's a good meat.
It's a good meat. It's all smoky and not quite
And the
gamey.
texture
The
is
texture's
good.
all good. Oh, I
Yeah.
love goat meat. But also I love goats as they are as living creatures.
Right.
Because they're very cute. And baby goats in particular, I think, are in the top 10 cute baby animals, like in all kingdoms.
I'll allow that.
Yeah?
Top 10. Yeah.
Thank you. Top 10 for sure. I mean, they're just
Easy.
perfect little things. Okay, so this is a poem that I learned when I lived in Nigeria when I was a kid. And it's about how stubborn goats are. I've just found it on a Facebook page that is called Proudly Yoruba, which is the only way to be Yoruba is proudly.
Of course.
But anyway, so my accent might be a bit off, but I remember it. It's one of the few things I remember from Yoruba class in Lagos. Okay, so it's about goats and how stubborn they are. So I'll say it in Yoruba first, and then I'll kind of do a loose translation.
I'm so excited.
So it goes. Ewúrẹ́ jẹ́ ẹran ilé tó máa ń jìyà púpọ̀ nítorí àìgbọràn rẹ̀. Tí wọ́n bá na ewúrẹ́, á gbọn etí méjì pépé. Kólójú tó ṣe pẹ́, á tún padà síbi tí ó ti jìyà lẹ́ẹ̀kan. Ẹ̀yin ọmọdé ẹ gbọ́, ẹ má ṣe bí ewúrẹ́, ẹran aláìgbọràn. So basically,
It was so cute, your little giggle. It's so cute.
So basically, ẹran ewúrẹ́ jẹ́ ẹran ilé, which is the bit I remember, is basically a goat is a domestic animal.
Fact.
Fact. And then tomanjiya púpọ̀, which means it gets scolded. Like it gets scolded a lot. So it's a very naughty. It's a domestic animal that gets scolded a lot.
Hey, just
and
like
then
me, domestic, but you still get
except you're not a goat, except as in the greatest of all time. Except in that form.
You're right.
Thank you. And then nitori aigboran, which means basically because it's stubborn. So this is like one of those things that prescribes that goats, by their very nature, are stubborn, which again, I'm very much a fan of. Yeah, it means to a certain degree, which as I said before, is why Nigerians, like an insult for a stubborn person is you are stubborn as a goat. And they mean it. You stubborn goat. Get out. They mean it. So, and then this is my favorite part of the whole thing. So, if you beat a goat,
Oh my God.
because they're so stubborn, it says it will shake its ears. And when we were kids and we would recite this, we would shake our ears. And having lived around goats, they do shake their head when you try and scold them. You're like, hey, goat. And the goat goes, nah, no. And it pulls itself away from your grasp. And they literally shake their head like drunk babies. And they go, nah. They're very smart. They're very smart.
I love that when you were reading the poem the first time, you shook your head when you got to that
Because
part.
that's how I learned the poem. When they taught it to us, they showed, and that was a really good way to learn the language, because you're like, oh, so this is what.
Aww.
And that is my reason for loving goats so much. Like they so disagree. They're so stubborn. They so disagree with your shit that they will shake their head at you like a disapproving baby. Like, how dare you? I'm a goat. I don't deserve this shit.
I dislike them a lot less now.
Yeah? Oh, I'm so glad to have helped. I love goats. I think they are some of the cutest, like their baby version. It's some of the cutest like baby animals
Baby
of
goats
anything.
are pretty cute.
Right?
Do you know what turned me off of goats, I think?
Please explain.
Do you remember the Brian Fellow sketch on Saturday Night Live?
No.
Oh my God. This is some of Tracy Morgan's best work. He had this character called Brian Fellows.
Sure.
That I identify with so much, and you will see why.
Please.
So Brian Fellows is just a guy who likes animals. He posits himself as an animal expert.
I can see him wearing a nice hat.
Right.
Okay.
You see? And so, like, the intro to the show was like, Brian Fellows is not an animal expert. He barely finished high school. Like, he's just a dude that just, like, makes up crazy animal facts and stuff. That's
sounds
not
like
true.
Such a Tracy Morgan character.
It really was. And it's just, like, so random. So, on one of his episodes, he met this goat, and him and the goat wasn't vibing, right?
That goat is weird.
She's a spotted Nubian milking goat, and she was birthed during a severe rainstorm, hence the name.
He has devil eyes.
Well, it's actually a she, Dr. Fellow, or a doe in goat talk.
Goats can't talk. That's crazy.
What I mean by goat talk is the lingo that goaters like myself use. Of course, goats can't talk.
That's what I said.
Yeah, they can't talk.
I bet if this goat could talk, he would say things like curse words and call people doo-doo head and sing naughty songs. He's weird.
No, like, they do got devil eyes. They really, really do.
I take issue with Brian Fellow because I think goats are not, they're not evil. They're not weird. They are cuddly and stubborn and actually more like humans. We had a little baby goat that was black, like a silky black.
Ooh.
Yeah, like a really nice kind of...
Yeah, Silky Black would make a good stripper name. We basically did an animal corner.
Except it was Tracy. I stole Tracy's animal
She
corner. I'm sorry.
Up next in the stewed with Fair Bimford and I is a very, very funny lady. She does stand-up comedy. You may know her from MTV's Girl Code and recently saw her working the fuck out of the red carpet at the VMAs. She's got a new show on MTV called Loosely Exactly Nicole. Please say hello to Miss Nicole Byer.
Hi.
What up?
Yes.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. Full disclosure, a little hungover.
Yes.
I know it is late in the day, but my birthday was yesterday.
Happy
So
belated.
yeah,
Happy
thank you. Thank you so
birthday.
much.
What did you do?
I had a pizza party like a child.
Yes.
Like a real pizza party where I forced everyone to order pizza.
Yes.
And then they were like personal pizzas. So I made the gameplay move to order an extra cheese pizza for myself. And then told no one else that they could order one. So then I would trade my slices.
Yes.
I would trade my slices for what I wanted.
Nice.
And I spent most of the night screaming. So I'm like hungover, coffee, and just like feel a little bonkers.
That's good.
Perfect.
Yeah,
This is
keep
the
it
condition that we
loose.
I'm always very, very impressed and a little bit mystified at stand-up comedy. It seems fucking terrifying to me.
It's hard. The first time I did it was nuts.
Really? Tell me about the first time.
Yes. So the very, very, very first time, I don't remember what show it was. Oh, it was a show at UCB, I think. And it was my friend's like stand-up show where it was like improvisers doing stand-up, and I did 5 minutes of some very dark material about my dead parents. Oh, wow. Like, the audience was like, ha ha, oh. And then I was like, whoo, too personal, too dark, with like no happy payoff at the end. It was just like, they're dead. And
I can't imagine how that didn't go over well.
Didn't go over well then.
Like, what's the hardest part about it?
I think the hardest part about doing stand-up is bombing.
Sure.
You think something's really funny at home or in the car or when you look into the mirror, and then when you formulate it into words and you say it out loud to silence, and you're like, fuck.
How does that feel? Like to have the silence kind of reverberates. How does it feel inside your body?
Tough. You like kind of want to shut down and go, oh, that's my time. But it's like when you're getting paid, no, finish your time. That's not your time.
Oh my gosh.
When you're not getting paid, it's like power through it. But like once you do it, it's like really cool and awesome. And I've grown so much in the last, I guess I've been doing it for like 2.5 years, but I've grown so much, and I have like a half hour that like I'm very proud of. Like when I first started, it was like a lot of filler, and then some dead parent jokes that didn't ever work. Yeah.
I like that you kept at it though. It's like, oh, this doesn't work. Maybe this time it will work.
Oh,
tweak it a little
because audiences are different.
Right.
So truly, if something bombs, you do it again 10 times just to make sure that it wasn't that audience.
That sounds psychically
no.
scarring.
No.
It's tough. And you need to bomb to understand how to do it. And I'm still not a great stand-up. There's people who are so much better than me. There's people who like write their jokes out, like Jamie Lee, who's on Girl Code. Verbatim, I think, writes and like memorizes her jokes. I will think of like a funny nugget and then think of the beginning, what the joke is, and try to like think of like either a twist or like a nice button to it. But I never write it down. I just write down points, and then I go on stage with like the points in my head and try to say it. Sometimes I miss punchlines.
Oh no.
Sometimes I'll go out,
my
tell a
gosh.
joke, listen to it later and go, oh, I missed the joke. That's why nobody laughed. Like, there has to be an easier way than the way I do it. And I know there is, but I like making everything so much harder for myself.
Sure. Same, girl. Same. What's improv like? Because improv is really white, right? So what is it like being a black
improv
woman
is
in this
the
space?
whitest form of comedy.
My regular co-host says that improv is spoken word for white people.
God bless heaven. Yes.
Very funny. That's the most perfect way I've ever heard it described. I grew up with a bunch of white people, went to school with a bunch of white people. So then like doing improv, I was like very used to being the only black woman or black person. It was like tough to be in classes. Like I had one class I remember. I was in a scene with a white guy and he like named me Bonquita. So then I was like, okay. He was like, what are we going to do? do Bonquita? And I was like, I don't know, Don Shita. Like, so then I made him a black woman too. And then he like truly didn't know how to act. He was like, well, do I do a character of a black woman? Like, and then he just like, the scene was fucked because he was like, I was like, you gonna be bold, I'll be bold right back.
Right.
And then you'll have dudes like, you'll be like, oh yeah, I'm Tommy and I'm a little boy. And then they'll be like, come on, Carol. And it's like, no, sorry, you didn't hear me. I'm a little boy. So like a lot of women would like kind of back down and just like go with what the dude said. And I'm not that kind of person. I'm like, no. So then like when I got cut from my team, the guy who cut me, the artistic director, was like, well, you kind of steamroll scenes. I'm like, no, if people aren't listening, I'm going to tell them what I said.
Right.
But I mean, it's like Amy Poehler is like a fun quote where she's like, I'm not here to be anyone's girlfriend or wife.
Yeah.
I'm here to be funny. Like, I'm not here to serve a man's funny. Go fuck yourself.
Amen.
But I do love improv, and it's wild to like go on stage and not know what you're going to say and like get used to that.
Is anybody who knew you as a child surprised that you are now doing improv and stand up and like you have your own TV show?
I was like, I've always been like loud, and some people have always thought I was funny. I won't say all.
Sure.
It's you. No one is universally liked.
Uh-huh.
I'll speak for yourself, Nicole. Everyone loves me. I'm amazing.
Even when we don't want to, we do.
That's because I pay you generously.
So speaking of your new show, how about that segue, right?
Yes. Smooth.
It is called Loosely Exactly Nicole.
Yes. I wanted to call it Krusty Cunts. I had written down a bunch of names on a piece of paper, and I wrote Krusty Cunts, put an asterisk next to it. One of our writers was like, why does that one have an asterisk? And I was like, because it's my favorite one. And then went and pitched it to, and like we went to like a lunch with like the head of scripted and 2 other executives, and then like, have you thought about a name? I was like, actually I have, Krusty Cunts. And they were like, no. So my showrunner got me a necklace that says Krusty Cunts that I wear all the time. And then the other real actual title I wanted to name it was the N-word, because my name is Nicole, but also some Trump supporters would call me the other one.
Oh God!
And then I was like, if I ever won an award for it, I'm sure a white person would present it to me,
Of course.
and they would have to say it, and the winner is Nicole Byer, the N-word. It tickles me so much.
Tickles us all.
But in the end, it was Loosely Exactly.
Yep, that's what they went for.
I guess the boring option.
Yep.
What does the writer's room look like?
So in the writer's room, it was 5 women and 3 men.
Lots of ladies. In the
Lots
writer's
and
room.
lots and lots of ladies. That's what I wanted. When I was reading packets, they sent me like a lot of dudes packets. And then I got to the point, and a lot of these men are mediocre.
Oh my gosh, girl.
Like, black
Listen.
women have to be superior to get fucking noticed.
Oh my gosh.
And like, God forbid you've like an ethnic name and they have to see that first. I'm like, I'm not going to read that. But then I got to a point after reading so many mediocre packets by men, I was like, the only way I'll read another pilot written by a dude or meet with a dude is if he is so good and his stuff is so amazing that he's already staffed on a show and I can't have him.
Yeah.
It's the only way I'll do it, which means I don't want to talk to men. I don't want to see them.
Yeah.
So then like the women I found, Grace is one of the black ladies who wrote on my show is incredible. Like her pilot was so fun and funny, and the way she wrote these characters, it was like so real. And then I'm in love with my room. They wrote these amazing episodes. There's one episode where the whole premise is I'm like hooking up with this dude and I just decide that we're boyfriend and girlfriend without talking to him, which is something I've done in my life. And I'm sure other women are like, we're dating. And it's like, does he know?
Not yet.
No, I'll tell him one of these days. Yeah, everyone was so great. And it was so good to have like a nice female perspective. And my room was full of loud ladies, like that don't back down, which was like awesome.
Yeah.
It was really wonderful. The whole process was really, really cool.
So I watched the first 2 episodes.
Ooh.
As did I.
And
Which are what? One is babysitting.
One is babysitting
What's the second
with the black face.
Yeah.
Oh God. And the other one is the 90s party where you go
Yeah.
to
Oh, okay, braids. The thing I like the most about that episode is I've never seen a black woman get her hair done on television.
That was
Ever.
amazing. It really made me think of that scene in
How to Get Away with Murder.
Yes,
When she took
yes.
the wig off.
Yes.
Yes,
I was just like,
that's also something I've never fucking seen on TV,
Yes,
but
yes.
something that happens every night in Black people's homes.
Every night.
fucking
You turn into a different person for bed.
I had exactly the same thing. I went on a work trip and I was sharing a house with a colleague, another Black woman. And when we'd come back from what we were doing in that city, we just start twisting our hair. And then in the night we put on a bonnet. And at no point did I have to go, okay, so what I'm doing is.
Right.
Yes.
Right. You don't have to explain your fucking black ass self to
Right.
anybody.
And it was wonderful. I mean, at one point we kind of caught each other's eye and we were like, okay, so we're
day.
both being
It's a
black
new
here. It's a
day.
new day.
We're both being black here.
and it's all right.
It's okay.
okay.
I don't have to explain shit to you. And you don't look at me like, and what is the point of the satin bonnet?
Right.
No need.
Should I get one of those?
No.
babe.
It's like,
No,
no.
you're fine.
You're literally fine. It's okay.
Also, it's like universal. Like everyone gets their hair done. So like it starts off like as a black story, but I think everyone can relate to like having your hair fucked up and having to go out in the world.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, God.
Listen.
Do you ever do that thing where you make eye contact with the hairdresser? They go, do you like it? And you go, yes. And then you go and cry in the car?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
And it's wild. It's wild that we as women do that.
Yeah.
Men probably never do that. They're like, bro, you fucked me up.
Right. I
But
need you to
women
fix
were
this
just
line.
like, it's fine.
okay.
And then you're like, do I
great.
kill myself?
Yeah. Yeah.
We are just born and bred to apologize and like just take
ridiculous.
shit.
Yeah.
ridiculous.
But I do it. I'm like a strong lady, but like you get my hair done wrong and I'll tell you I love it.
And then I'll go home and call
cry.
somebody
And
else. You're
just
like, girl,
cry.
I don't know what to do
I don't
with
know
this
what
shit.
to do. Please,
I'm
somebody
sending you
help.
pictures right now. That's what I do.
Oh, God.
But I do like that. I like the centering and like the normalcy that stuff like that is presented.
Yeah.
And I feel like on a station like MTV, I'm like, maybe some white folks are gonna see this braiding scene and never ever ask another black girl how
Yes.
she grew her hair 5
Yes.
feet
I
overnight.
mean, it's wild that people don't get it by now.
That cannot happen.
How do you not know about wigs and weaves?
I know.
You think
know.
Beyonce grows all that hair every single day?
I think it's remarkable when people. I think to me it's the tentative tone. Like, oh, your hair's changed, and I'm like,
Yes.
yeah. Do you understand the concept of sewing things on? Right. You know how my clothes change every day?
What?
Because I take on clothes and take them off. Like it's
Right.
and people just kind of, it's so much. And you're like, yes, it is.
Also-
Thank you.
Like,
So funny.
also, Sharon, when you put your hair in a ponytail, I still know what your face
Yes.
looks like. I'm never like,
Honestly,
I don't recognize
when
you
I
today.
change my hair, people don't know who I
Same.
am.
That is so
Same.
insulting.
Yeah.
It's wild.
so insulting.
But also, I like it. Nobody bothers me in LA when my hair is not like this.
Oh man,
Oh Lord.
I have been like craving a show that's just like irreverent and just goofy and fun and mirthful for the sake of being goofy, fun, and mirthful. We were having a conversation not long ago about black movies and black films and how there are not really any like black girl coming of age movies.
No.
Because like it's almost like unless our stories are just like full of like sorrow.
Precious
And, like,
had everything go wrong.
oh my
Yeah.
God.
and then
rooted in
had to be
trauma.
fat on top of it. Everything.
But she's so strong.
So strong.
She's just so
It's actually a
strong.
story of survival, Tracy. It's survival.
Pardon. Yeah.
No, I
It's
get
just-
it.
it's
Like, where's
horrific.
our Babysitters Club? Where's
Right.
our... Like, I can't think of anything right
No,
now.
but Babysitter's Club is the perfect example. Like I
They
look
only
after
had
babies.
Jessie, and she was an alternate member. Why couldn't she be
Nicole
a
has some
full
issues about this.
fledged member? What's her name? And what is her name? Oh, I wish Mary. No, what is the lady who wrote the books?
I'm useless right now.
Anna Martin. Anna Martin. Why couldn't we have a black girl be a full-time member? She made the ginger and the black girl be alternate junior members.
That's I never knew
up.
that. That's fucked up.
Fucked
That
up.
is completely
Justice
fucked
for
up.
what's her name? Jennifer? What was her name? The black
So,
girl?
okay, the black girl was Jessie. The
Justice
redhead
for
was
Jessie.
Mallory. Anne had the boyfriend, or not Anne. Mary Ann had the boyfriend, Logan, who was cute, but she was so basic and boring. Christine was a tomboy, but let's get real. She was a lesbian. Claudia's Asian and likes art. And for whatever reason, I was like, is that a stereotype? My whole life, I just wondered. I was like, is that like a thing that I missed? And then we have Dawn from California, who's a vegetarian, and Stacy with curly blonde hair from New York with diabetes.
Oh my
Guys, I loved the Babysitter's Club.
I'm ashamed at how little I remember of the Babysitters
I
Club
think
now.
I got them all.
Wow.
My gosh.
Oh.
But yeah, so in the same vein of like wanting just goofy black girls for the sake of being goofy black girls, I love that. I mean, obviously, I want this in every single show that I watch. Another thing that I would love to see in the same vein is like a goofy black girl friendships, because I think that's another thing that's not like shown a lot. So my question, is there another black person coming up in the show?
Not that's like my friends are my roommate and then my friend Jen. And then Jen dates a black man. And then
Okay, Jen.
I think he's like our other Black Series regular. I think that's it.
Okay.
Which is, I failed us.
No,
It's just
how could you? No.
I
mean,
Question, Nicole. Why aren't you edifying the race?
I'm so sorry. I really fucked up. No, if I get a second season, there's like a couple storylines that I'd like to explore with like a black female friendship.
so you've been rocking with MTV for a while. Shows on MTV. You've done Girl Code. And very
Since
recently,
2013.
and so you were also doing red carpet stuff, very fancy for the VMAs, right?
Yeah, so they cut to me like 4 times during the show, and my whole bit was like, "I'm so excited to be here!"
We were stalking your Twitter feed in preparation for this
Yes.
interview, and you were retweeting a lot of not nice things that people were saying.
Yeah.
First, why did you retweet those?
Some of them were really funny. The funniest one was Nicole Byer looks like she's in 1994 auditioning for All That. That made me laugh so hard.
Oh, God.
They were just like, you're being
loved
too,
All
like,
That.
I guess like being an excited fan, they were like, what is she doing? And then one person was like, did she win a contest? It was just very funny. Also, like, when people say nasty shit, they like pretend like they don't realize that if you use my first and last name, it is so easy
It's
for me
so
to
easy
find
to
it.
find it.
Also, if you say big black lady at the VMAs, that's also very easy for me to find. Just search certain words.
Right.
But I guess the reason why I do is so they know I read it.
Yeah.
And that I'm a human being. And like, we don't talk like that in real life. Imagine if someone went up to you and was like, your teeth are fucked up and I hate you. And then was like, bye, going to work. And it's like, what? You can't walk up to people and do it. So why would you do it on the internet? 1, 2, I just like retweet it so people realize how nasty people are sometimes.
Yeah.
Like Leslie Jones retweeting her like haters and shit was like, we get this all the time.
Yeah.
But on the real, I've been doing it for years. But also, I guess you're just looking for attention when you do shit like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you're sitting in your mom's basement in Ohio, you know, saying nasty shit about me,
Right.
you
ain't got no job, you
could
ain't got
turn
nothing to
off
do.
your TV. You could not say the things you want to say, but instead you're going to say what you want to say, and you're going to keep watching me on TV, and I'm still get paid.
Yep.
And you're still going to be in your basement. So
Gotta
like,
get them retweets, boo.
in the grand scheme of things, I don't care about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with the Leslie Jones stuff. Like, it was the first time that a lot of white people were like, oh shit, I didn't know that this happened
To this
to
degree.
black women to this degree on the
Yeah.
internet. And it's
White
crazy.
people, I love them, but live in their own special bubble.
Listen.
My roommate was watching the Roots remake, and he was like, come watch it with me. And I was like, I don't need to watch Roots again. I've seen the original Roots. I don't need to watch a remake. And I was like, actually, to be frank, I'm really tired of slave movies. I'm tired of it. I want to see other stories. We have other stories. And then he goes, Nicole, we have to keep remaking them so people don't forget. And I was like, boo-boo, I'll never forget.
Who's forgetting slavery?
I'll
all
never
crazy?
forget.
Oh.
And I was like, maybe you'll forget,
Right.
but me never.
People who are not still suffering the consequences
Yes.
of this shit.
Yeah.
Sure, you need the reminder. That's
So,
crazy.
I don't think they realize that shit happens.
As you were retweeting these folks, did any of them like respond to you retweeting them?
Some people were like, "Oh shit, I didn't know you'd see this." And I was like, "Yes, you did.
Right? What did you
used
know how Twitter
my
works?
first and last name.
Yeah.
You made it easy." I don't know. I'm like living my dream, so like I truly don't mind. You say whatever you want. Also, when people are like, "You're fat," I'm like, What else?
Right.
Also, like and people are like, don't look for that stuff. And I'm like, but what if someone says something I don't know? What if I
if somebody really
discover
needs to tell me?
something about myself? And I'm like, I guess I'll change that.
Love it.
It seems like a kind of a ridiculous question in light of what you've just said, but is there, I suppose, an element of self-care where you kind of see something truly mean, even though eventually it will kind of wash away and you're like, whatever. But do you kind of have to take a step back from time to time? Do you have like a routine, with which you kind of recenter? Not to sound too weird.
My brain's like a goldfish. I truly forget everything minutes after it happens.
Nice.
Like I'll forget that I'm mad at someone and be like, oh yeah. I really look on the sunnier side of things. My mother used to say that frowning takes more energy. So I just kind of keep cheery, stay happy, try to keep smiling, and remember that like I'm not for everybody. Everyone's not going to love me. There are people out there who talk shit about Beyonce, and that's crazy. It's crazy.
Speaking of, you gave Beyonce a compliment.
Yes. So I've been talking about it all day.
Did you faint thereafter?
No.
Wow.
Well, okay. Here's the thing. I love and admire Beyonce, but I'm not going to fall out of my seat because she acknowledged me because
Right.
she's not signing my checks. So she went to go accept her award, and then I was like, I'm just going to lean my head. Oh, because when someone famous came through the hallway, a bodyguard or a security person would scream at us to get against the wall. So you had to scramble to get as far away from them as possible. And the reason is because a lot of them have videographers videotaping them. So they're walking backwards as they're walking forward, and you don't want to get in their way, trip them. And also don't touch Beyonce. You don't know, people get wild.
Right.
Yeah, no, for sure.
People do weird shit. So it's just get them the fuck away. And if someone were to do something, you're like, that's the person who did it. So I was like, I'm just gonna lean my face and smile at her. And then as she was walking back, she looked so beautiful, and I just went, oh, what a treat. Because she's such a treat. She's so beautiful. And she was wearing head to toe gold. Her fucking skin is shimmering. And I bet you it's not makeup. It's just she
wakes up like
radiates.
that.
Yeah.
So then she
Get out of here.
giggled and said thank you, and then giggled again, and then I was like, I made Beyonce giggle.
Oh my God.
And then honestly, going through all that Twitter stuff, I was like, you may hate me, but I made Beyonce giggle. And I'm sure she'll never think about it again, but what a nice thing.
Yeah.
How nice.
Oh my God.
But truly, this is exactly what I did. I went, what a treat. And I know I have a very
I love that was your response.
cherub-like face, and she was standing and I was sitting, so I know I just looked like a little baby, just being hi. And I have a goofy face, so I'm 100% sure her perspective was she's walking, she looks down, a little cartoon character goes, "What a treat!"
I love that the thing that came out of your mouth was what a treat.
It's such an
What a
auntie-
treat.
It's such an old lady thing. Oh, what a treat. Oh, it's like ice water on a hot day. What a treat.
I
That's
do say that
refreshing.
a lot. Whenever I get excited about something, I'm like, "What a treat!"
So cute.
I don't know who I got it from. I like old ladies. Advanced Style is my
Yes.
favorite Instagram account. I love sassy older women.
Oh my gosh. This is our rapid fire question segment called Pew Pew Pew. So these are finger
Okay.
guns. The idea is that we'll be very quick. We never are, but we'll try.
Okay.
Let's pretend to try.
Okay.
Who is your arch nemesis?
It's
Love it already.
so it's a very complicated answer because I have a list of people I hate, and number one on the list is a guy that I used to perform with occasionally, who I can't remember what he did to me, but he is still number one on my list. And then number two is a server from Giordano's in Chicago who said they didn't have club soda, but they did.
fuck that
And
dude.
I asked him about their garlic bread, and he was like, "Never had it." And I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
What was his problem?
I don't know. He was very rude. I didn't like him. The whole night was fucked up because I woke my sister up and I was like, "We're going on an adventure," and she was like, "I'm so tired." She goes to sleep at 8 p.m. She's so boring, and I love her. And I took her to get pizza, and then she was not excited about it, and then he was
Giordano's is great, though.
not excited, and I was like, "Great, two idiots."
Ruining my pizza.
So he's number two.
okay. Yeah, fuck that dude.
Next question, though.
Yes.
If I ask you to put these breakfast carbs in order from most delicious to least delicious.
Oh, this is my favorite question.
Okay, so your options are pancakes, French toast, waffles, and crepes.
Ooh, I think I'm gonna put French toast first.
Yes.
I really like French toast.
Yes.
Pancakes are a very close second. Waffles, I mean, how helpful that they hold the syrup, but then like they hold a little too much syrup. And crepes can get the fuck out of my breakfast.
Oh my God, Nicole.
I don't like crepes.
I
I think I like dessert crepes.
You are perfect.
Thank you. I did it.
You did.
You passed the test.
That was the correct answer.
Congratulations.
Okay, bring in the minister. We're going to get married.
Yay!
Let's wrap this up.
I thought it would never happen.
What was your first online screen name?
Hot chocolate 808.
Love it.
Yeah, and I used to catfish dudes. I never met up with anyone, but I was like truly an 11-year-old girl who'd be like, I got big titties. What do you got? I work at an office and I get naked. And I was like looking for dudes to be like, yeah. And no one ever really bit. What? And I'm 100% sure it's like, this is a child. A straight up child.
They were like, no, Chris Hansen is on the other side of the ship for sure.
Because like I remember distinctly never ever saying anything truly sexy.
Just, I got bills. I'm an adult.
I got business and deals.
I have
And
a
then
business
naked.
job.
I'll be naked soon. It was so silly.
I can't believe it didn't work.
This is a question that made me smile. Would you date someone who was a cult leader,
Yes.
but... Allow me to give you the caveat.
Okay.
Would you date someone who was a cult leader, but was a master of every sex move possible?
Yes. Yes, I'm only getting older. I can't, hold these faults against people. I gotta accept who they are.
But what if he was like in like a doomsday cult?
Where
like
he's
the
gonna
comet
die
is
soon?
coming back. The comet's
Well,
coming, so we
I
gotta.
mean, I'll fuck him till that comet comes back. And then if he's got to bounce, then I guess I'll move on.
fair.
Absolutely fair. Maybe it even adds a little frisson of excitement. Like, we
Yeah.
could die soon.
Right.
Yeah,
Gotta
you-
get it
Makes
in.
makes
You'll-
everything a little bit more exciting.
You'll die soon. I don't believe in it. And then I just won't ever drink any drinks he offers me. Like, and I won't let him make me food.
Yeah.
In case
Right.
he's trying to take me with him.
You're a thinker. I love it.
Yeah. No Kool-Aid, no applesauce.
None of that.
none of that.
Solid foods that I have to peel myself.
Foods that I can see being
Exactly.
being
A
there.
lot
I'll
of
only eat
jarred
bananas.
food,
Yeah.
Exactly. Prepackaged meals only.
Okay, so now a question. What's your favorite racist commercial, McDonald's or otherwise?
There is, I don't know if it only plays in LA, but it's a car insurance commercial. And this girl is like, I can't afford car insurance. And her friend is like, but I can. It's not that bad. She's like, really? And I was like, people had auditioned for this. And then some white person was like, dumber, blacker. And I was like, it's wild. But my favorite McDonald's spot is one that I did where we were like at brunch at McDonald's, which is not a real thing. And I made a joke on Pete Holmes' show. I was like, I guess black people aren't allowed to go to real brunch. We have to go to McDonald's.
Only McDonald's.
Did you know McDonald's has a website dedicated to black people? Called it's like
365 black shit?
365.
Yeah.
They know
it's wild.
their consumer base is like single moms that are like hamburger, cheese, I don't know, whatever. But so it was me and 3 other black women who all speak like me.
Mm-hmm.
So then the person in the booth was like, all right, are you guys ready to go? And she's like, action. All of us were like, ooh, baby, let me tell you about hamburgers, Big Mac, French fries, ha ha. Cut. So then I went to the store to last night, and it was just like, everything was on. And then action. And then I said to him, my baby daddy needs to give me some more, special sauce. Cut. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go to like Bermuda, the summer. It was wild. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. And I was like, all of us have to do this. Like, all of us are like really playing it up. Also, my one line was, So the girl goes, "Can I have another one of your French fries?" And I go, "I raise a fry to y'all get your own fries." And that is exactly how I deliver it.
No!
And then they go, after I did it, they're like, "That's a little much. Do you want to dial it back?" So then we worked on it, and then they were like, "The client wants it up again." So literally, it was just like, "Ooh, you know what? I raise a fry to y'all get y'all fries." And I can't imagine someone driving and being like, "What? That's not a real woman." It's the wildest spot in the world.
Oh my God, I'm hysterical.
And I don't know. It's a radio voiceover that I did when I still lived in New York. So it was prior to 2012. So I don't know if it exists anywhere. I don't know if I can like call up McDonald's' like advertising agency and be like, "Can I have that?"
Oh God.
Oh shit. This was a blast.
Thank you. This was so much fun.
Please come back and see us. And
I
hang out
would
sometime.
love to.
Where can people find you and your work?
Yo, you could just like Google me. You can. I'm on Instagram and Twitter at Nicole Byer for both. YouTube, I do not have my own channel, but if you Google my name, Nicole Byer, you can watch a set that I did on This Is Not Happening, which is Ari Shafiri's Comedy Central show. There's a couple stand-up sets, and then if you look up Pursuit of Sexiness on YouTube, you can find me and Sashir Zameda's web series. You can watch Loosely Exactly Nicole, which premieres September 5th. It'll be every Monday after that at 10:30 on MTV.
Thank you, girl.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, Nicole. Bye. Them, guess what?
What?
It's time to buy around.
Yay!
Baby, come through. You deserve rounds tonight.
Yes, I do.
Yes, you do.
Yes, I do.
Yes, you do.
Oh God.
What are you buying around for?
I mean, I want to buy around for your gruff voice just then.
Thank
that
you.
was quite a surprise, and I think I liked it. No, I think. Oh God, I'm crying. This week, I would like to buy around for lipstick.
Ooh.
Yes.
Your lipstick game is phenomenal.
I don't know how to say this, but I'm gonna just defer to to Frank Ocean.
Mm-hmm.
That is to say, we all try. The girls try. The boys try. I'm trying with lipstick. I'm trying. Okay.
beautiful.
I am trying. So, my favorite lipstick at the moment, now that technically summer is over, technically, I have gone to a favorite of mine, which is a MAC lipstick, and it's called Matte Royale.
Ooh.
And it's like this beautiful blue lipstick. And every time I wear it, I feel like I am about to conquer the world. Because first of all, it makes me look ridiculously amazing.
Yes,
like I'm under
absolutely.
no illusions anyway.
Right.
Like I'm actually quite hot.
You
But
know who you are.
listen, I'm leaning into it.
Yes.
And then I put on the lipstick and then I find myself ascending. Sometimes I float out of the house and I'm like,
Right.
all right, MAC lipstick. Thank you, Matte Royale. So this blue lipstick is the lipstick I am loving at the moment.
It's so pretty. And it
thank
looks so
you.
nice with your skin, too.
So this is the other thing. I found for the longest time, I was so scared of like bright lipsticks or really dramatic lipsticks. And then there came a point where I just kind of went, fuck it. It's my lips. And if you are truly disturbed by seeing me as I walk past you, I will be gone out of your line of sight in like 2 seconds. You don't have to think about me at all.
You can chill.
can
Or
chill.
you can use some neck muscles and look the other way.
Look the other way.
Bam.
Okay, what a blessing.
Just so easy.
So lipstick is the key thing, and I feel like in the autumn, which you people call the fall, I'm gonna really kind of lean into my lipstick game even more. Like I'm gonna really kind of show out with a selection of colors.
What colors are you thinking?
Okay, so always a red, because I found like 3 solid reds that I go to as a standard thing, and I love all of them.
Are they like bright reds? Like
Mate, they cover the
deeper red?
spectrum, okay? But yeah, dark reds, purples, kind of blacks. Black lipstick I find makes me feel like a really kind of superior witch.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
I like it.
I feel like I
The
could
supreme.
this is it. Like I feel like I could end some bad people's lives when I put on black lipstick. I'm like, yeah, okay, enough of you,
Ooh.
sir.
So the next time you have on black lipstick, can I give you the number to my student loan people so you can just take
I
care
recommend that you do that. And
right.
I'm very discreet, you know. There'll be no blood trail.
Yay! I'm finally gonna have some credit.
Yay! And Tracy, okay. Following your loan issues,
Right.
who are you going to buy around for this week?
Well, Bimford Louise,
Oh, God.
I am buying around for you.
Shut the front door. Get out of this place.
Surprise!
No, shut up.
Yes.
No.
Bim, you are the fucking best.
Oh, my God.
You really, really, really are. You're fun and you're funny. And even though you threaten to punch me very often, I know that it's coming from a place of love.
I only punch people I love. I only punch my loved ones.
That's why I fuck with you, because you got scruples. You got scruples. You will never punch somebody that you hate. I respect that out of you. I respect it. But no, you've been a joy, obviously, on the podcast, and you're a joy in every other corner and area of my life that you inhabit.
Oh my God, Tracy.
I'm so glad that you were here.
I'm crying right now.
No, you're not.
I am.
I can
no,
see your
it's
face.
it's collecting in the corner of my eyes.
I'm sorry, my
I'm a
bad.
professional, okay? I don't weep in the stewed.
My bad.
But the tears are collecting
Okay.
in the corner. In fact, here, look, I'll show you.
Okay.
Okay.
I need to.
Did you see that?
Nope, I don't.
What are you?
I can't see.
I'm showing you a tissue that has, you know what? Fine. I'll take the round. I'll take the round and I'll walk the hell out. Okay? Thanks. Trying to tell you I'm moved by your dedication to me.
Just listen. You're right. I will frame this tissue. I'm gonna put it above my wall.
Please do.
Above my wall?
Oh,
my
wow.
ceiling?
It's been a long day.
By the grace of God. We have done it again.
Woo.
Thank you to Nicole Byer for stopping by.
Woo.
It was super fun. Thank you to Bim for being my guest host. Yay!
Thank you, Tracy.
Where can people find you and your work?
They can find me as ever on BuzzFeed.com, the website. They can find me on Twitter at Bimadew, which is BIMADEW. And they can also find me in a newsletter that I do that is called The Fuck Is This?
Wonderful. I have a newsletter too. I mean, well, it's like a thing that me and my friends do.
Ooh.
It's the Another Round newsletter.
Okay.
You can subscribe at BuzzFeed.com/AnotherRound/newsletter. You can follow me on Twitter at Broken McPoverty because I ain't got no money. What? And you can find our dear Heben.
She's the most lovable thing.
Everybody follow Heben on Twitter.
Yes,
you can
please.
follow her at Heben, like the place in the sky, and rants like the thing that white men love to do. This episode was produced by the Pod Squad. This episode was produced by Eleanor Kagan and Julia Furlan with production help from Meg Kramer. Thank you to Paul Ruest at Argo Studios. Always an honor and a pleasure. Thank you to our in-house musicians, Miss Jean Gray, who has a new album out, I think. You should hit up her Twitter and get some info and then get the album. You can follow her on Twitter at Jean Greasy. And Don Will of the Almighty Tanya Morgan, you can follow him at Don Will. You can follow us on Twitter and Facebook and all the things at Another Round. You can email us some love at anotherround@buzzfeed.com. Buy some Another Round mugs and t-shirts. You can do that at shop.buzzfeed.com. Drink some water, take your meds, call your person. Floss. I need to re-up. Listen, 2 days last week I didn't floss, and the whole
Tracy.
day I felt like I needed a shower.
Tracy, I'm not even angry. I'm just disappointed in you.
Same. I deserve that. Do you have any self-care maintenance tips?
Oh, sleep. Have a little nap from time to time, okay? I come from a culture where siestas are not only encouraged, they are recommended.
Oh my gosh.
And if I could, I would be napping right now.
Oh my gosh.
So I recommend that you take a long nap. Really kind of, recenter with some sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want a nap. I love naps on the couch specifically. There's just something that, because it's not like sleep. You're not like going to sleep. It's
right.
just like
The couch is kind of like your insurance net. It's kind of like you're going to get up in like less than an hour.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's like when you make a sandwich and you leave a knife on the edge of the sink.
Just in case.
Just in case. Yeah, see?
Leave your knife on the edge of the sink, everybody. Till next time. I don't like anything today. Free money, get that shit out of my face. Tracyfication. It's
Better than gentrification.